Welcome friends to Boiler Room Detective. Please like my videos and subscribe to the channel if you like what you hear. This case is the case of the cold apartment. It was the beginning of the heating season, with the daytime temps hitting in the upper 40s and lower 50s, and the temperature at night dropped into the 30s. The manager of the apartment building called and said one of the apartments was cold. The rest of the apartments were warm. This was one of those calls that couldn't be resolved with a single service call. Sometimes you get those with steam systems. The building was a 100-year-old building with 100-year-old piping. The steam system was a two-pipe steam system with a steam trap on each radiator. The cold apartment had 4 radiators: kitchen, living room, bedroom, and bathroom. The boilers were controlled by a heat timer panel which cycled the boilers off for a fixed amount of time during each hour. The colder the outside air temperature, the more the boilers ran. At this outside air temperature, the boilers ran for half the time. The maintenance technician offered various solutions, and I mentally ignored what he was saying. I was thankful when a tenant called him away. I have a method for troubleshooting steam systems that aren't working. The first is I make sure there is steam available. We found the main steam pipe feeding the radiators was hot. Okay, there is steam to the radiators. My next thought was all 4 radiators were cold. We verified it by using our infrared temperature gun. All 4 radiators were about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The radiators on the same riser pipe above the apartment were working great. So were the adjoining apartments to the right and left. The next step was to turn up the call for heat to see if these radiators would heat eventually. They actually did after the boilers ran for about 20 minutes. This led me to thinking the radiators were filled with air. Boiler expert Dan Holohan has several rules for troubleshooting steam. One of them is 2 gases cannot occupy the same space. The steam could not enter the radiator until the air was removed. Since all 4 radiators were not working, I thought there was something in common with all of them. This led me to the common condensate pipe on the floor below. Feeling the condensate pipes, they were cold. We flushed the horizontal condensate pipes and think we resolved the problem. We were not that lucky. The next day, the owner called and said the apartment was once again cold. We used our thermal imaging camera to see if the 4 radiators were possibly plugged. While checking the radiators, we noticed the wall temperature behind the radiators was cold, really cold. The bedroom wall temperature was about 60 degrees Fahrenheit. The living room wall temperature was even colder at 54 degrees Fahrenheit. At this time, it was about 36 degrees Fahrenheit outside temperature. Then everything became clear. The wall was so cold it would pull the heat from the radiators and not allow it into the room, especially when the control panel shut off the boilers. Heat always travels from hot to cold. The boilers would not operate long enough to heat the space during the mild winter weather. To prove our theory, we checked the wall temperatures in the adjoining apartments, and they were 5 to 7 degrees warmer. Looking outside at the windows, we saw the caulking around the windows was cracked or missing. This allowed cold air inside the wall. We suggested the owner seal the windows, and that fixed the issue. It's funny how the owner thought it was a boiler problem, and it turned out to be a window problem. If you would like to contact me, my contact information is here. In addition, I have 2 websites. Brewingwithsteam.com is focused on steam systems for breweries and distilleries. It includes a monthly blog about steam issues inside a brewery. My other site is fireiceheat.com. It is my company's website and shows some of our capabilities. I have authored 11 books on boilers which are available on Amazon. My technical articles are included in many of the industry publications shown above. Thanks for stopping by Boiler Room Detective,